That's what you get. Like, yeah, they're looking better. All these are just severe warm again.
Nice, so you're in that update from, we're going to go right back to the team dominator of the year, that Connor here. Very good update of the day, and I'll translate a couple of things too. So he's interested in this cell down here, and this cell down here. And the really good robust potential that he was talking about with the derecho is, look, if this line of storms, these storms down here still for like by themselves. If the storm is by themselves in this environment, it can grow big and it can be a long track, strong tornado for a long time. But if these congeal, as he was saying, if this just turns into one big wall of storms, that will like somewhat suppress tornado potential or long-term tornado potential. Tornadoes can still go up if this whole thing goes linear, if it all turns into one line. But Reed and Connor will definitely be looking for the discrete supercells. And as you said, they're going to just keep, as these storms keep moving, they're moving north and east. These guys will have to stay in front of them and then just pick their spot. You just saw that there's a new warning box from Disco Spirit warning box. So anyway, again, Des Moines heads up today, and we'll keep an eye on it. And let's go back to the guys in Team Dominator.
That's definitely the one that you don't know for trying to pop for their trash there. Is that the one that has? What are you joking? Which one you did is that? That is it,
is so smart that I'm uncomfortable in this world.
Wait, the Beacon Electric and J. Michael Kelly. He's going to be followed by his teammate Corey Peabody driving the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. Then it's the powder blue and white Miss Home Street with the rookie Dylan Runny. And the fourth boat up and away from the dock, the gold, white, and black Goodman Real Estate, the U91 with Andrew Tate. All four up and running. It is Madison Racing versus Strong Racing, two of each. This could be fun. We're going to go 3 times around this 2.5-mile race course coming up on 4 minutes and 5 seconds right now.
Fighting for lanes in the milling period to see who has the inside advantage.
I'm curious to see who's been hiding their speed over the last day, and just kind of knowing they have it dialed in, but not letting anybody know.
Cutting across the ESCO Electric infield will be Runny in the home street and Goodman Real Estate boat with Andrew Tate.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch these guys run on the water together, because if you saw the preseason interview with Andrew Tate, they asked him about teammate Dylan Runny, and he's had nothing but good things to say about him and said they had raced together since they were kids, blah, blah, blah. But he really did not like the term teammate, and he made that pretty plain. He says, no, he wears powder blue, and I wear black and gold. And he made it pretty clear. Once they go on the race course, all bets are off. He's going to go out and try and win, and Dylan Runny is just another competitor. Beacon Plumbing, the third boat through the corner down here. Check that Beacon Electric. Then it's the Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody. So the boats are spread out a little bit. Andrew Tate going up the backstretch with 250, sitting on the inside lane right now, but a lot can change.
It's kind of interesting the way Team Madison both went through the ESCO Electric infield together.
Does the 80-mile-an-hour rule hold for this 2023 Columbia Cup?
Yeah, there's a little change to it, Brad.
Yeah, there is, and it's kind of like what the rule has changed to be. It's that, it's like fishing, and you throw a great big net out over the water. You're going to catch all kinds of things beyond just the fish you were trying to get. And that's not really what the 80-mile rule was intended to do. They're trying to catch a specific violation, and that's the one that yields a starting advantage to a team. So this gives the chief referee, Rick Sandstrom, the leeway to do that.
Gotcha. Boats coming out of the turn number 4 for Buffalo Brothers onto the front stretch. It'll be Tate in the Goodman Real Estate onto the front stretch first.
2 minutes.
Home
2 minutes.
Street, Dylan Runny second. Then the bright red Beacon Electric. And boy, really close to the Beacon Plumbing. J. Michael Kelly right next to his teammate there, Corey Peabody. Across the Mosteller start-finish line down to all doors, turn number 1. Anybody jumping across the ESCO infield?
I don't think they can, Mike. We're still a minute 35.
How you doing there, teammate? Get away from me. Don't you know I don't like this? Get away from me now.
Well, those two are deck to deck.
I know.
Peabody and Kelly.
I didn't think they were
Electric on the outside, Plumbing on the inside.
They were supposed to be all pally, I thought.
It's kind of interesting, actually.
Andrew Tate's up and moving down here a little quicker than I thought. He got down here at 126, and you don't want to be down here at 130, so he was a little before that, and he gave it a little squirt. Right in front of AJ, you got all 4.
1 minute mark.
Goodman in 1. The Goodman Real Estate boat with Tate.
Both Beacon boats still right next to each other.
Yep, and it looks like they'll be in 3 and 4. You've got Runny in lane number 2. Peabody in 3, and Kelly in 4. As they head up the backstretch with 37 seconds.
Now we'll see if those scoring up, and in the testing and in the qualifying, if they're going to hit those marks. 30 seconds.
So, lane number 1, Andrew Tate in the 91, Goodman Real Estate. Lane number 2 will be Dylan Runny in the 1, Miss Home Street. Corey Peabody in the 9, Beacon Plumbing.
15.
Lane number 3, J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. The 8 in lane number 4 as they come
10.
out of turn number 4.
6.
Buffalo Brothers
5,
on to the front stretch.
3, 2, 1.
It is a clean start, and the speed is on the outside with J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric heading down to turn number 1 for All Doors Incorporated. It is a legal start. It is a legal start.
Coming down here 4 wide, J. Michael Kelly really flying the U8, the Beacon Electric. He's got the lead on the outside, but he's got a lot of speed off to his left.
4 boats
right next to each other. Looks like the number one has the lead right now with Beacon Plumbing and Corey Peabody in second as they come around turn number 2.
Yeah, it is. Nice run by Peabody in first place, heading up the backstretch. The home street with Runny in second place. It'll be a shorter course for Runny. The question is, what will happen with Tate on the inside? Can he catch up as they dive into White's Finish Furniture, turn number 3, and come around to Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4? The leader is going to be the home street at the exit pin with Dylan Runny. Way on the outside, falling back a little bit off the pace is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. Here comes your race across start finish. Peabody on the outside, gaining on Runny in the home street on the inside.
It is Runny on the inside. It is Peabody on the outside. And they are side by side as they get to the entrance pit in the corner. They are dead even. Runny on the inside of Corey Peabody, AJ.
Looks like Peabody's got a slight edge, but then...
Ooh, they touched.
Oh, whoa.
They touched.
Look at that. Peabody a slight edge on the outside as they touch on the corner.
They did touch in Tire Factory turn number 2. Peabody's going to pull ahead. Runny's falling back about a half a rooster tail. Goodman's trying to gain on the inside of the 91. The Goodman Real Estate boat with Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate had a terrific turn 4 to stay just inside the buoy marker. He was lost in everybody's rooster tail, but don't count him out. The big G on the inside is still a playa.
Yeah, your race leader is Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing coming across start finish line.
The U1 needs to run an extra lap.
So the home street needs to run an extra lap. We'll have more details on that. Also hearing the 9 line. Okay, more details coming up. Race leaders Peabody as they come into Tire Factory turn number 2.
The U9 and Peabody way out front, probably 3/4 of a rooster tail right now. Of course, the home street is back down a lap, and then coming in second place is the 8 teammate with the Beacon Electric and J. Michael Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like a parade right now with a rooster tail lead for each boat over the next behind them. In the lead is Peabody. Then you've got Runny, followed by J. Michael Kelly and Andrew Tate as they come to the top turns. White's Finish Furniture into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4 at the exit pin. The final lap, checkered flag is out. Peabody is going to take the checkered flag in the Beacon Plumbing. Second place on the race course is the one home street with Dylan Runny. Third place, look at this, J. Michael Kelly able to get around Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate boat.
Well, that race had a little bit of everything.
Yes. And interesting to see what judges may do about lap number 2
Yeah,
and the boats that touched right over at Tire Factory turn number 2.
And the home street still going
guys-
around turn 2.
Guys, you have said they touched. Who? Who touched?
Oh, it was Peabody and Runny.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, we didn't know who had done that. So, but there's no precautionary extra lap for Corey Peabody. That is going to be for.
There is.
Well, he didn't take one.
No, it's going to be the one Runny with the extra lap.
Okay, yeah, because Corey's already
Yep.
back to the dock.
Yep, you're right, Brad.
Extra
And-
precautionary
oh,
lap,
boy.
yes.
And from what we could see, it may have been Runny that moved down a little bit.
Well, clearly I would think that's what the officials are thinking, and had there been any question about it, they would have had them both run the extra lap. So I think the fact that Corey was not told to run an extra lap is probably indicative of where they think a possible problem might have been. Corey Peabody, you've been racing.
Yeah, it was a hell of a heat. I'll tell you that right there. It was. I thought those guys were early, the 2 Madison boats, but you know they're all right. But I mean, we had one hell of a heat. I'll tell you that. That was
That's fun.
for the books. Dylan Runny drove a hell of a race. That was great. We got super close a couple times in this turn down here. What a good time.
Our guys called it that you hit. From your perspective, did you impact the home street or vice versa?
I don't think we actually hit. It was super close. I even radioed to my radio guy. I'm like, we're really close, you know, but I don't think we actually touched. But I mean, if we didn't, it was really close. But what a heat.
Well, that was the first thing I checked when I came down the dock. I was looking for a mark on the side of your boat. I didn't see one.
I didn't see one either. I didn't feel it. You know, what a run by Dylan. You know, all these guys. Damn.
And I know you can't hear it, but we've had this long wait to get this racing on the water today. The crowd up and down the shoreline was going nuts. They were screaming. It was awesome.
I mean, I'm glad we got to put on a good show. We knew this heat was going to be the one that people wanted to see. It's tough on us as racers, you know. You get to stack the best 4 boats together, but that's great for the fans, you know. So that's a great thing. What a heat! I can't stop saying it. You know, it's what a good time.
It was a great show for the fans. You did a terrific job. I want to see that about 5 more times. I don't know if you can handle it, but we're ready. It was great.
I enjoyed myself a lot. So we'll go to the tech truck, make sure it's legal. I mean, that's what it comes down to, always making sure you're legal. But what a really great heat.
And you had a lot of fun.
I had a blast. You know, what a good time. That's what racing's all about. So let's hope we get the 400 points, and we'll go from there.
Corey Peabody, our winner on the water of our Heat 1A, and I think it was a heck of a heat. I heard that once.
Yeah, it was a heck of a heat. That's right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, Corey Peabody.
Dustin Eccles, the 40 flavor pack out first.
AJ,
Yeah.
got a question for you.
Okay.
Are you ready for the final heat come tomorrow afternoon? Because you're going to have 6 of them coming side by
Yes,
side.
I am overly ready for that.
Buckle
to answer
up,
your
buddy.
question.
Jamie Nielsen in the 11, Trust Company Legend Yacht Transport. Heading up the backstretch, the Griggs backstretch in lane number 1, up to White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 3. And he's got a pretty darn near full throttle on it.
Here comes our 2 red boats. Griggs presents Miss Ace Hardware away from the dock with Jimmy King. Here comes his son, coming with him, Bobby King, coming away from the dock now. He spools up the Lycoming turbine engine on the U12, the Graham Trucking. Got a whole lot of red headed your way. Got a whole lot of chartreuse and yellow up at the top end, Michael.
And across the Mosteller start-finish line on the front stretch is Nielsen in the 11.
Interesting
Just
for
at the exit pit of turn number 4 of the flavor pack.
for the photo opportunity and for, you know, documenting it. Hydroplane racing history. The Kings, Pocket Kings coming out together. And I thought it was interesting that all of the boats were out on the course starting to shore up in one way, shape, or form at the 5-minute mark. Both the Kings didn't come out till there was under 4, more like about 3:30 on the clock. Gamesmanship or just, you know, a different tack, I guess.
It's just a different tack, you know. You don't want to use the same start procedure every single time. Mix
Right.
it up. The other piece to that puzzle is if you have got a really slick move, don't play it in Heat 1B. Save that for tomorrow afternoon about 4:30.
Great point.
So down to the lower end of the race course, Dustin Eccles with the flavor pack. He goes through in about lane number 3 right in front of AJ.
No takers on the ESCO electric infield. Heat 1B, thanks to Par Lumber. News Radio 610 KONA and 610KONA.com.
2:30 mark.
It's the piston-powered Griggs boat. Jimmy King across the Mosteller start-finish line.
I'm kind of pulling for the piston power. I got to be honest with you. I know I'm supposed to stay neutral, but I just want him to be competitive, stay in it, and have a good showing. I mean, the fans just absolutely love the piston power, the popularity, the populist.
So who's got the best position right now?
Oh, we've got a taker across the ESCO electric infield.
You know, everybody.
It's the Florida, it's the flavor pack, Dustin Eccles.
Yeah, and here goes Jamie Nielsen. And
Well,
this is
yeah.
a legal maneuver where he's doing it. He has to cut on the Grand Prix race course. That is a legal maneuver. Who is in the best position right now? You can't tell because there's so many different variables and so many different things you can do. And a lot's going to change in the next 1:35 is coming up right now. You don't want, I always say you don't want to be down at this end of the race course at 1:30. and
Nielsen jumps across the ESCO electric infield to the front stretch.
Oh, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, we got less than 1:30.
Oh, the Griggs boat continues around the top end of the course.
Oh, there's no way they're going to make it back in time.
Minute 20, yeah, he can.
He's taking it really wide. He can speed up. He can get there.
Keep an eye on Dustin Eccles with 1:12 right in front of you, AJ. He
There
can
he
sit
is.
lane 1 and take it if he wants it.
Yeah.
Flavor pack is in lane 1 right now.
Keep an eye on the piston boat. He may cut the race course down here. He's got to go around the GP course to do it.
Here comes Nielsen. He's flying, trying to catch up.
And I'm not sure.
Why is Jimmy going all the way down?
Yeah, he is, but he does this before. He'll keep the speed up and he keeps the RPM. He'll be there. Don't you worry.
All right.
45 seconds. Take him, Michael, up the back chute.
He's got his timing mark. He knows where he's at on the Columbia River in the Griggs boat with 39 seconds to the start of Heat 1B from Par Lumber. On the inside, you've got the flavor pack with Dustin Eccles. Nielsen in lane number 2.
30 seconds.
Bobby King in the Graham Trucking 12 is way on the outside, and he'll have to be behind the trailer boat as a rookie. Now you've got Jimmy King, who will pull up in lane number 3 in the Griggs Ace Hardware U3. They are up to the top end of the course and to Buffalo Brothers exit pin for turn number 4.
10.
Eccles, lane number 1. Nielsen in lane number 2. A hard charging, but way behind is the 3 with Jimmy King. He's way off the start.
Great start.
Ooh, that was really close for Jamie Nielsen. He's got the boat speed and the lead in Par Lumber Heat 1B. Heading down to turn number 1 for All Doors Incorporated. It is a legal start.
AJ coming right to you. Jamie Nielsen on the outside.
Jamie Nielsen in the U11, bouncing a little bit. Ooh, he just kind of popped over. Looks like that Eccles managed to catch up a little bit on corner number 2.
Tire Factory turn number 2. Eccles made a move in the flavor pack.
U3 is going back to the pit area.
It didn't sound right from the get-go, and I think that's maybe why Jimmy King moved way outside in the milling period. So the race leaders are at the top end of the course into White's Finish Furniture and Hardwoods turn number 3. On the inside, Eccles in the 40 flavor pack trying to catch up with Nielsen in lane number 2. A really nice turn by Nielsen, and look at the Legend Yacht Transport 11 come down the front stretch for the completion of lap number 1. He's flying it out of the water. Oh, trying to catch up on the inside. Can Dustin Eccles make a move in lap number 2? Yeah. He gets to All Doors Incorporated, turn number 1.
Legend Yacht Transport presented by the Trust Company. Jamie Nielsen's got to get down here first, but Flavor Pack has got the late position on the inside. He's back about 7 boat lengths, AJ.
The U11 coming around the corner in first place. Nielsen looking great. Eccles still about 3/4 of a rooster tail behind, but trying to get up there, trying to catch up.
Yeah, that flavor pack seemed to lose more speed than Eccles did on the outside.
So
that inside lane can get awfully lumpy.
And when he nailed that start, all he did was continue to push, but he cannot shake the competition fully just yet.
Watch Eccles. He's been gaining on the Griggs backstretch as they go into the White's Furniture. Turn number 3 to Buffalo Brothers. Turn number 4, it's still Nielsen out in front, and that water is a little bit bumpy. Oh, major adjustment just to get around the exit pin of the Buffalo Brothers. Turn number 4 for the flavor pack boat. Nielsen with over a rooster tail lead now at the completion of lap number 2. Heading down the front stretch to All Doors Incorporated, turn number 1.
Yeah, Dustin Eccles just moved to the outside. Jamie Nielsen was just pinning Dustin Eccles on that inside lane. He couldn't do anything, and now he's got almost 2 rooster tails. Nielsen right to AJ.
Nielsen in first by almost 2 rooster tails, looking amazing. He's going to definitely, as long as nothing happens, looks like he's sailing. Then we got, of course, Eccles screaming by in second, and then third place, Bobby King coming in as the trail boat.
Yeah, that's going to be big points, Dave, for the third place.
Absolutely, with the points.
So back up to the top end of the course, off of the Griggs backstretch into the White's Finish Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 3. Jamie Nielsen on the 2.5-mile super speedway. Into Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4. Holding the buoy line pretty close as he gets to the exit pin onto the front stretch. The checkered flag is out. And your winner for Heat 1B, Par Lumber, Jamie Nielsen. Legend Yacht Transport presents the Trust Company. Second place for the flavor pack with Dustin Eccles in the 40. Bobby King staying way outside in the Graham Trucking number 12, just at the exit pin now, and onto the front stretch will take third place points. Unfortunately, for the fan favorite piston-powered U3 Griggs Ace Hardware, Jimmy King did not finish.
Mr. Nielsen, sir, you've been racing. That was fun.
Oh, that was a race for sure, man. That was everything we had to keep Dustin behind us. And, man, he drove a great race. Anytime you can beat a boat like that, you know we're doing something good. But, this U11 Legend Yacht Transport presented by the Trust Company, this team's giving me a great boat. All the work they put in this weekend testing, I think it shows that we found a combination that can hang with these guys.
From my perspective, I've never been in one of these things, but from my perspective, you had him on the inside and you just pinned him in lane 1 legally.
The best I could legally. I mean, Dustin's a true gentleman racer, and I would expect nothing less from him, and I want to give him the same courtesy out there. So, especially first heat of the weekend, you don't want to build any enemies out there. So, Dustin's a great guy. It's a great race. Hope the fans enjoyed it just as much as we did, because I think we're both hanging out there just about as much as we could.
as we saw in the first heat, which was great competition, the fans up the beach were hooting and hollering. This was really, really good racing. And as far as pinning him on the inside lane at the beginning of the third lap, he finally said, all right, I'm done. He moved outside. That had to feel good.
Oh, that was music to my ears to hear those words. But man, what a great crowd today. Went down, visited all those fans down there in that Trust Company VIP tent. I could almost hear you out there. You guys were so loud. So love being out here, love Tri-Cities, and looking for the rest of the weekend.
Well, we're looking forward to watching you the rest of the weekend. And the boat appears to all be in one piece. And isn't that a nice Saturday night for your crew?
Oh, that's a relief for sure.
Go get some more water, relax, have a good evening, and do me one favor. Would you please come back and do this again tomorrow?
You got it, Brad. Thanks.
Jamie Nielsen, driver of the U11, the Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Trust Company.
Is Jimmy King going to answer the call?
Yeah, he's going to answer the call. They're just sitting down there and they're right below us. They still have the lid up. Crew members are reaching over the top of the cockpit, talking to Jimmy in there. Nobody's rushing. They've got plenty of time as we're still at 3:45 until our start.
Thank you, Brad. Cutting across the ESCO Electric infield, it'll be the Goodman with Tate to the front stretch and the Nielsen in the Legends Trust Company, Legend Yacht Transport.
Gamesmanship there as they're cutting the infield, not so fast.
Yeah, that's really interesting, guys, because back east in Guntersville and in Madison, that's what Jamie Nielsen was doing. He was running up the backstretch, and then he was cutting across the race course and putting himself on that inside lane. This time, Andrew Tate said, no, thank you. I'm going to turn inside of you, and albeit early, as you hear the Griggs Presents Ace Hardware come away from the dock right below us, it is Andrew Tate down here on the inside. He's got Jamie outside of him. Here comes the 3
minutes.
And coming down the front straightaway is Dustin Eccles in the flavor pack. And as I said this morning, I do expect Dustin Eccles to put the flavor pack in an outside lane.
Andrew Tate going by in the Gold G. Nielsen right behind, and here comes Mr. King in the Ace, Griggs Ace 3. Oh,
And
the flavor pack coming by now, too. I still love the look of that boat. That is a beautiful boat.
2.5.
Jimmy King on the outside. He's putting the throttle down on that new Bullet. New engine, new Allison.
It sounds more like it should. Like you said, Mike, yesterday, you knew coming down the front stretch here that it just didn't sound right.
He moved way outside during the milling period, and it did not sound at all like it should.
That piston power, you can hear it in the corner. That's kind of why... Yeah, that's what we're expecting.
Look we've got another cross of the ESCO Electric infield. This time it'll be the 40 flavor pack. Dustin Eccles onto the front stretch. Jimmy King a little bit close to Eccles as they come down the front stretch.
And like you said...
Pretty good squirt coming down here. He was on the far outside.
And Brad, you were saying 130, 135 is the mark. You do not want to be on the low end of the course at 135, right?
Yeah, 130. That's my little unofficial mark here. I don't like it. It's 130 right now, and he is at the entrance pin to the corner. Look to see if he doesn't put his foot in it and either give it a squirt and cut the race course or go way wide. Now he's going wide, trying to scruff off some time.
Way early on the backstretch for Jimmy King.
Jimmy King will cut the race course, I would assume. Here comes the 2 guys in good position, which is Andrew Tate sitting on an inside lane with Jamie Nielsen right outside of him.
But he has to mind the 1-minute rule, which he's just outside of as he comes across the ESCO infield, ESCO Electric.
That's a really good call, Michael. I would say that was a legal maneuver on the clock. Look for him to cut the course down here.
He dove in at 102 and came out at 58.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's okay. Look for him to cut the course down here at the lower end. He did not yesterday, and he ended up way behind everybody. There he goes. You got him, Michael, with 40 seconds.
Yeah, on the inside, Tate in the Goodman Real Estate. Oh, way up at the top end of the course. It's the flavor pack. I didn't even see Dustin Eccles way up there with 28 seconds. So Eccles will be in lane 1. Goodman Real Estate lane 2. It'll be Legends Yacht Transport Trust Company in lane 3. Jimmy King will be in the outside in lane number 4.
15.
Eccles gets the inside lane. He's early. He will not have a lot of boat speed coming down the front stretch. Nielsen's in 3. Goodman Real Estate in lane 2. Jimmy
5,
King on the outside in lane number 4.
3, 2, 1. Mark.
Man,
Ooh.
that looked early. Nielsen looked like he may have been early.
He was a
As
little
they come
early.
down the front stretch, Jamie Nielsen is going to be leading into turn number 1 for Aldors. The start is under review.
Coming to you, A.J. Nielsen on the outside.
Nielsen's in the lead, but we still got to see the start. Now coming up in second and
It's a
third
legal
place.
start.
It's legal.
It's legal. We have the Flavor Pack in number 2, and then looks like Andrew Tate just inching after corner 2 to take second place.
Yeah, that race is for second place. My goodness, what fun.
He nailed that start.
Jamie Nielsen, it looked early from here. Wow. Heat 2A from CO Energy. Now the boats on the outside are starting to catch Nielsen.
We got us 3 boats coming deck to deck around the corner, Mike.
Boats on the inside, excuse me. Nielsen's on the outside. Yeah, exit pin at Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4. We've got 3 boats together, and there's Jimmy King. We can see way on the outside. Nielsen, he's got great speed off the exit pin, down to the Mosteller start-finish line, down to Aldors, turn number 1.
Andrew Tate is making a move on the inside. But Tater is going to pull up alongside Nielsen. He's a boat length back with the lane position on the inside. AJ 3 wide.
Coming into corner 2, Nielsen barely holding on to the lead with Tate coming in right in second. And then, of course, the Flavor Pack in third. Mr. King coming in fourth, but making a run on the outside.
The boats are so close together. This is the best racing we've seen on the Columbia River. Jamie Nielsen with the lead. Andrew Tate is in second place. Falling back, Eccles. And it may be Jimmy King that will take over third place on the outside from Eccles. They are really close out there as we get to the top end of the course. It's Tate on the inside and the Goodman Real Estate. Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport, and Trust Company on the outside. As they get to the exit pin, they are deck to deck. Nielsen is going to start to pull away a little bit. No, it's going to be Tate. Tate with the boat speed to the Mosteller start-finish line, the completion of lap number 2.
Tate put his foot in the gas, coming down to you, Brad.
Yeah, they are coming down still side by side, about a boat length or 2 between them. But this time it's Tate by 2 boat lengths at the exit pin. Keep an eye on Jimmy King driving a 3 hard on the outside.
Andrew Tate coming around in first place and second. Nielsen right behind him coming in strong. And Mr. King coming in third on the outside. Flavor Pack coming in fourth. Looking good, but lost some speed in turn 2.
Nielsen's going to have a tough time regaining the lead because Tate has run away with it at the exit pin of turn number 4 at the end of lap number 2. Coming out of that Buffalo Brothers turn into the White's Finished Furniture and Hardware's turn 3. Tate in the Goodman Real Estate 91 to the exit pin of turn number 4 for Buffalo Brothers onto the front stretch. He's got a half a rooster tail, now a full rooster tail lead over Jamie Nielsen.
And it seems like there's a lot of rough water in lane 1. Everybody's popping outside to try to get a smoother boat ride.
Your winner, Andrew Tate. Wow. In the 91 Goodman Real Estate.
Did you see that one coming?
Jamie Nielsen comes in second. Jimmy King will finish third, and Dustin Eccles a 4th place finish in the Flavor Pack. Wow.
I'm doing real good. How are you doing? You got it out front, but that Nielsen kid's for real.
Yeah, he had a good start on the outside with some boat speed there. He did a great job too. 2 lanes in there, just enough, and it was a fun race. I had a good time.
You got a in it? Is that what we're hearing from you today?
Something like that. Yeah, we changed something every time we've gone out, but that was the best the U91 Goodman Real Estate's felt here probably since we started making some real progress in Gunnersville. So we're trending in the right direction, and that's all we can ask for. You know, we like I said, we're changing something every time we get in the boat, and that was the best so far. So we're doing something right.
You're doing a lot right. We've been watching the flag up there on top of the bridge. Water conditions and the wind. Is it okay? Raceable?
Yeah, honestly, it was better than a couple laps into testing, which was surprising to me. But I don't know. Maybe you just get lost in the competitiveness of racing. You don't you just go as fast as the boat will take you and look at the water in front of you, and whatever's waiting for you is there.
You having a good time?
I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. It's a good start to the day.
Keep it going. Andrew Tate, winner on the water of our Heat 2A, the Real Estate U91. Andrew, thank you very, very much. And at the dock, we are awaiting Bobby King in the U12. They're just now tipping the nose of that boat out toward the river. So, AJ,
J.
you
Michael,
got 3 of the 4.
J. Michael Kelly in the red, Beacon Electric in first, and then of course probably the favorite for this run, I would say Peabody. Nobody's been able to solve the Peabody problem, like Brad said earlier. Third place, moving in right after that is, of course, the U1 with Dylan Runny and with the home street. What a great day for racing. It seems like the wind has died down a little bit, too. So,
Agreed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but if Bobby King comes through and
Esco Electric incursion into the infield. Sorry, Kurt, but the Beacon Electric making a short course around with J. Michael Kelly to the front stretch.
I want to make sure I got this straight. If Bobby King completes this heat, then it'll be the official's call whether or not he can come back from a trailer boat in subsequent races over the course of the weekend. Is that right?
That is correct, and he is away from the dock. He's headed over to AJ right now as we are 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing also went through the Esco Electric infield. As the home street with Dylan Runny comes across the Mosteller start-finish line now. J. Michael Kelly, Tire Factory turn number 2. Then you've got the 12, Graham Trucking at Tire Factory turn 2 now.
It's just so interesting that Jamie Nielsen amazing start, all for naught.
You wonder where that may have occurred, you know, where the timing was.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure the data will point that out, and I'm sure they'll take a look at it.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
Reminding our fans on the shoreline here that when our boats come out of the pit area, they do not know what lane they will be driving this heat in. That is part of the allure of the 5-minute period, the race before the race. These guys are out there trying to out-finagle the other one, if you will, for their predetermined in their mind lane they would like to have, but they are not assigned. They are still jockeying for that position as we come up on 210. I would expect everybody to go around the top end of the race course, then come down here to the bottom and around one more time. I'm not sure we're going to see anybody cut the race course from where they are right now.
2 minutes. The only boat that knows where he will be on the race course is the 12 on the outside. For now, Graham Trucking with Bobby King. Setting up on the inside will be the Beacon Electric, Beacon Plumbing in 2, Home Street in 3 as they come on what is a great photo opportunity down the front stretch.
This is a nice strategy, I think. You've got those 3 boats basically banking on the timing.
Minute 30.
If they hit the line all at the same time, that could be some sweet deck-to-deck action into turn 1.
Looks like J. Michael Kelly's going to hold on to lane 1. Corey Peabody in 2. Dylan Runny in 3. On the outside will be Graham Trucking. 5 seconds back with Bobby King.
And I like the timing a whole lot better this time. They're headed over to AJ with 110 till our start. AJ?
They are looking good, lining up. J. Michael Kelly, that's got to be scary for everybody having J. Michael Kelly in the first lane, actually, to tell you the truth. Then it looks like, it's funny, Bobby King, even though he's on the outside, almost moved into second, but he's way out on the outside lane. And then, of course, you got Peabody, and then the home street, and Dylan Runny.
How does Bobby King know to be 5 seconds behind? Is it the classic one Mississippi? You know, like you used to in touch football if you were to rush the quarterback?
You set your watch that way.
Okay.
That's a good point, Brett.
Yeah, you set your watch
the watch
5 minutes slow, or 5 seconds slow.
Okay.
And that way you still know your timing marks.
Right.
When you do get to dial it up and be on the front line.
So you can still work on that timing mark, just knowing that it's set 5 seconds. That's cool.
Setting up J. Michael Kelly in the 8, Beacon Electric in lane number 1.
20 seconds.
Lane number 2, Corey Peabody.
15.
In the 9, Beacon Plumbing. It'll be Dylan Runny in the 1, Home Street. In lane number 3. On the outside, 5 seconds back, Bobby King in the 12, Graham Trucking. 4, 3, 2, 1. It is a clean start. The boat speed's on the outside with the home street as they come down the front stretch.
Boy, they are tucked together. 3 wide getting down here, fly on the right side spots. And is J. Michael Kelly going to get down here dead even with teammate Corey Peabody? But Runny's only a boat length back, AJ.
It looks like J. Michael Kelly's holding the lead in turn 2, but Peabody just takes the lead coming through turn 2, and then the home street tight in behind, but still at third coming up.
Look at that turn number 2 for Tire Factory. Corey Peabody taking the lead away from the inside boat, J. Michael Kelly. Coming down the back stretch. It's the Peabody entry in second lane, and he'll dive into White's Finished Furniture Hardwood's turn number 3 with the lead, but on the inside, J. Michael Kelly has the short course around to the exit pin of Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It's still Peabody with the lead. Peeking on the outside now. That was a really nice turn at the top end of the course for the home street. Falling back in lane number 1 just a bit is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. Peabody has the lead. This is going to be a tight one into All Doors turn number 1.
Corey Peabody still going to here with almost the full rooster tail on Ruddy, but his teammate J. Michael Kelly is on the inside lane about 5 boat lengths back, AJ.
Looking really good. Peabody in first and keeping J. Michael Kelly pinned to the inside of Tire Factory turn number 2. The home street and Runny coming in probably almost 1 full rooster length behind in 3rd place. And then, of course, Bobby King coming in 5 seconds behind in 4th.
Watch J. Michael Kelly.
He got pinched a little bit in turn 4 on the last lap.
J. Michael Kelly gaining on Peabody as they dive into White's Finished Furniture turn number 3. Trying to pull even at the apex into the Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. But it's still Peabody with great momentum. Oh, a big hop out of the water that time for the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly hitting a little rough water at the exit pit of Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It's Peabody with the lead by a half a rooster tail as they head down for the final lap.
Yeah, on the left side rear view mirror of Corey Peabody, his teammate J. Michael Kelly, who does not want to go away. He's still back by only about 5 boat lengths. If there's a mistake on Peabody, Kelly's going to be there to advance, AJ.
Bouncing and bobbing through corner number 2, the Tire Factory turn to corner number 2. Peabody in first place. J. Michael Kelly trying to catch up, coming in behind, and the home street and Runny in 3rd.
It's a final opportunity on the inside for J. Michael Kelly, trying to reel in his teammate Corey Peabody. It's Electric on the inside, Plumbing on the outside. As they head into White's Furniture turn number 3, can J. Michael Kelly reel him in? At the apex, it looks pretty close as they get to Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It's still Peabody in the lead and a little bit of rough water in a bobble for the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly. Peabody's holding on to the lead onto the front stretch, and he will take the checkered flag for CO Energy Heat 2B. Second place will be the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly, and a 3rd place finish for the one Home Street with Dylan Runny. Great racing. Lane number 2 gets the win.
The freaking with Beacon. Electric, plumbing, it's a beautiful thing.
Lane 2, that's been probably the best lane all weekend so far, hasn't it?
And now that Bobby King has completed his laps, let's hope the race official allows him up on the line as we move forward this championship Sunday.
All right, Corey, it's been a great weekend so far.
Yeah, it's been a good one. That was a great heat race, great win for us. Good position for the Beacon Electric, boat 2-8, getting those 300 points. We need him to keep getting some points. Just happy for everybody and happy to be here.
There was some rough water out there in some of the places you had to fight in one of the turns.
Yeah, it's really rough out there. Some really weird cross rollers going on, so I was heavy on the canard. Just really weird. Once I was out front, I on and off the throttle a ton just to keep safe, but happy to get the 400 points. We needed them, and happy for my teammate to get a second. So gonna go back to the truck, see what we can do, and we'll go from there.
And it's a good weekend too for your teammates. I mean, the entire racing team, it's fantastic for the two of you.
Yeah, it's great. You know, right now we're both in a points battle, you know, and we need him to score as many points as he can, and myself as well. So it'd be really nice to get us in separate heats. You know, we need that for the big picture things. So we'll see what happens in this next draw, and hopefully we're in separate heats, but you never know.
One final thing, I think you guys push each other, don't you?
Well, we make each other better. So I learned from him, and look where we are today. So I'm happy to be here, happy to have Beacon Plumbing and Beacon Electric on our side, and proud to be a part of Soaring Racing.
All right, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Jamie Nielsen, the closest to us. Then it's the Flavor Pack with Dustin Eccles. Then it's J. Michael Kelly, who pops out in the Beacon Electric, and right behind him, Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing. 4 boats now. Here's a good sight. AJ, what do you think of that?
Oh, man, what a sight. So beautiful coming down to turn 2, Tire Factory turn 2. We got the red boat, J. Michael Kelly with the U8, followed by his teammate, the white, with Peabody, of course, and then I think it's green, personally. A lot of people think it's yellow.
I agree.
The green and blue with Nielsen, and then Eccles following behind with the beautiful Flavor Pack. Now, the reason why, too, look at the Flavor Pack and then look at Nielsen's boat, and with the yellow and the flavor pack, it definitely makes Nielsen's boat look even more green.
It's so green.
Guys, I hate to tell you this, but the colorblind guy's going to straighten this out. That boat is chartreuse.
It's a shade of green.
Come on, man. You're confusing me. Knock it off.
And everybody's going, oh, well, you put the two boats close together in the pit area, and you can really see the difference in the color. And I'm going, really?
Yeah, we've got an incursion in the DMZ, the Esco Electric DMZ.
the
Nielsen will come
gamesmanship.
through, and J. Michael Kelly will come through.
But that was a legal cut, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mentioned DMZ. I'm going, whoa.
No, they're good.
Okay.
It's the infield, brought to you by Esco Electric. Perfectly legal.
320 until the start. Yes, that chartreuse royal blue with red accents, U11. Jamie Nielsen coming down the front straightaway here in lane number 1. Now on the far outside, now this is what I expected Dustin Eccles to do in the last heat. He's been in lane 1 twice. It hasn't necessarily worked out for him. I think this time he's going to stick wide. Now, I don't know if we're going to really see any of these boats move. Still got time to kill. We just ticked inside 3 minutes. AJ got him right in front of you.
Eccles just came by in first. Now he's kind of curving over a little bit. I don't know if he's looking to claim a lane. And then, of course, you got Nielsen, followed by J. Michael Kelly, and then Peabody, who nobody's been able to beat so far this season. Coming down the backstretch, man, that's a beautiful sight.
My money's on Eccles doing the outside boogie, because I swear he was doing a timing run toward the start.
He's going through the Esco Electric infield to the front stretch.
All right, well, the last time he came down and around, he was definitely doing a timing run to the start-finish line. So maybe he's got something in his hip pocket. We'll see what happens at the start-finish.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to the start of 3A from Trust Company. The other 3 boats will go into White's Finished Furniture and Hardwood's turn number 3 and Buffalo Brothers turn number 4.
2 minutes coming up, and Brad, you're saying you want to be at the bottom end about 1:35. Is that correct?
No, you do not want to be down here before 1:30.
Okay.
You'd like to be down here about 1:15, 1:20.
All right, well, there's 150, and they're all kind of slowing down. We saw this earlier as well. Maybe everybody's going to stay in the pack and sort of feed off one another and hit the start-finish line at the same time. What do you think?
Yeah, here comes Dustin. He's going to come back across and join these 3. Right now it's Jamie Nielsen in 1. It is J. Michael Kelly in 2. It is Corey Peabody in 3. Watch Dustin. He will come down and slot into the outside lane, lane 4. We'll call it. Love the timing they've got right now. So, guys, here it is. They're going to get to the entrance pin. Jamie's there at 1:17. This is perfect timing. Don't worry about Dustin Eccles on the outside. He can wind it up. He can catch him. AJ, bring him through.
Nielsen coming in the first lane, the beautiful blue and green in first place.
1 minute.
Followed
1
by
minute.
J. Michael Kelly in second in the bright red, and then, of course, his teammate Peabody in the white boat, and then, of course, Eccles coming in the yellow and blue flavor pack, catching up really quick to take that 4th lane.
Nielsen in 1. J. Michael Kelly 2, Peabody lane 3. On the outside, Eccles in lane number 4 as they come up the backstretch with 37 seconds to the start of the Trust Company Heat 3A.
This should be fun. Somebody's got a score-up buoy going, okay, I'm going to hit it at this mark. Watch this.
Watch Jamie Nielsen. He has been nailing the start.
There
On
at that
the-
entrance, 22. I like it.
Yeah, and on the outside, look at Eccles. He's got foot in the throttle now as he comes to the exit pin of turn number 4. He's way on the outside. There's Nielsen just off the exit pin. J. Michael Kelly on his hip, then Peabody, then Eccles.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's really close.
Look good, though.
Yeah, Nielsen's on the inside, but it's Peabody with a boat speed in lane number 3 as they come down the front stretch. J. Michael Kelly's in the hallway. It's a legal start.
It's a legal start. Nielsen gets down here dead even with Corey Peabody in the tunnel. J. Michael Kelly, but he's not back very far. AJ!
Nielsen coming around the corner in first in blue and green with Peabody in second, and then J. Michael Kelly, his teammate. Ooh, Peabody looks like he's catching up on the outside as they come down the backstretch.
J. Michael Kelly hit some really rough water in the tunnel, but held on to it. Boy, it looked like he was getting loose in there. Jamie Nielsen is back about 3 boat lengths. Peabody's got the lead. Nielsen's going to, though, catch him as they head into turn number 3 for White's Furniture. Top end of the course, Nielsen on the inside. On the outside, it's Peabody in lane number 3. Then we start to see J. Michael Kelly in between, in the hallway right there, as they all come to the exit pin. Eccles is back in 4th place, just off the turn now. Across the start-finish line, it is Peabody. Look at that Beacon Plumbing go. 2nd place, J. Michael Kelly's going to take it away from Jamie Nielsen.
Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing U9 from lane 3, driving everybody clean, gonna get down here first, but it's J. Michael Kelly just off to his left, and then it's Nielsen, still really tight, AJ.
Look at Peabody coming out front, really screaming through turn number 2, Tire Factory, and then, of course, looks like J. Michael Kelly holding on to 2nd place. Man, what a great race.
Eccles had a great turn through All Doors Incorporated turn number 1, Tire Factory turn number 2. He may be able to catch up with Jamie Nielsen. The race leaders, Peabody, as they head to White's Furniture turn number 3. 2nd place, J. Michael Kelly. 3rd, Jamie Nielsen.
You got to give it to Peabody. He gave his teammate room coming out of turn 2. He went extra wide and then cut it up to give him some room on that inside for his teammate.
Does Jamie Nielsen have enough to catch J. Michael Kelly? He did at the exit pin, but look at J. Mike pull away in 2nd place. Peabody, the race leader, already down the front stretch, heading into All Doors turn number 1.
Races for
Peabody's
2nd.
coming down here with a full Rooster Tail lead on teammate J. Michael Kelly, but Kelly is worried about his left side rear mirror because that's where Jamie Nielsen is. In the Legend Yacht Transport, AJ.
Corey Peabody in the white U9 in 1st place by an entire Rooster Tail. J. Michael Kelly, his teammate, 2nd place in red, coming in really close, trying to catch him. And then, of course, in 3rd. And then Flavor Pack coming into the back on 4th.
Looks like another Tri-City strong.
Peabody into turn number 3 for White's Furniture. Checkered flag is out to Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. Lane number 3 victory for Corey Peabody. How about that? J. Michael Kelly now to the exit pin. Nielsen's on the inside, but he can't catch him. Peabody, it's another win on the Columbia River course for Strong Racing. 2nd place will go to J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. 3rd place, Jamie Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport Trust Company. And a 4th place finish for the Flavor Pack, Dustin Eccles in the 40.
Fun boat race, my friends.
Gentlemen, we have Corey Peabody and Corey. Hey, let's do it again, huh?
Yeah, it was a great heat for us. Happy to get that Beacon Plumbing boat some 400 points. If you know, in past tech, pretty sure we should be good. But
on the backstretch, Team Madison on the inside, Runny in the home street. You've got Tate in the Goodman Real Estate on the outside. And we will have a crossing of the infield, the ESCO electric infield, by both Madison boats. They did this previously.
Under 330.
Then here comes Daddy Jimmy King right around Tire Factory turn number 2.
And Bobby King headed right at you in the 12-gram trucking and Tire Factory turn 2.
This is going to be great seeing father and son battle it out right next to each other.
Lanes 3 and 4. Coming up on 3 minutes until the start of 3B.
So it looks like the teammates may have decided that it will be, oh, no, here cutting across is Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate through the ESCO infield.
Just as you spoke.
I thought maybe he was going to let Runny have lane number 1, but maybe not.
Now, remember that conversation about teammates? And it was Andrew Tate who said, no, I wear gold and black. He wears blue and white. He's not he doesn't like the term teammates. Well, he just jumped in front of him over there and said, if you want to jump inside of me, you're going to have to do something else other than what you're doing right now. 2:30 until the start. Here comes the Turbinator down the front straightaway.
Sounds good.
Yep, Jimmy King. Not running too very hard. Then at the top end of the race course, we'll watch him around and see just how far outside he wants to swing. But the key here is going to be, he's going to be on the outside, but Bobby King, is going to have an opportunity to run on the front row. So hopefully we get a good-looking 4-boat start here.
Coming up on 2 minutes. 2 minutes mark. And 3B, the Trust Company.
And Bobby King is just passed the start-finish line with 2 minutes to go.
That's a tough spot to be, but he
It is.
way to the outside. You can do the math and figure out at 80 miles an hour how far you will travel in 2 minutes, and it's further than 2.5 miles.
So he's going way wide.
He's going to go way wide anyway. And watch, his radio guy is going to say go out and paint those outside course markers. Honestly, he's not going quite as wide as I thought he would. He is in a tough spot right now.
Hey, fellas, listen to Jimmy King as he goes by, and listen to that boat and tell me if you think it sounds all right.
All right, meanwhile, we got the Madison boys coming down here. Andrew on the inside, Dylan just outside of him.
Buck
Still
10.
got-
Yeah, AJ, you got something there maybe on the Griggs.
Something's funny.
It doesn't sound quite right, but they're heading down into All-Doors turn number 1, and we're inside 1 minute. Tana Morissette just letting us know all of these drivers came out of the HRL driving league.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to disagree a little bit. I thought Jimmy King sounded wonderful as he came down here in the Turbinator, 43 seconds.
Sounds good around this corner. He sounded much better.
And Bobby King is way up there.
Yep, he's just entering turn number 3. White's finished furniture and hardwoods now on the outside. So I think Jimmy King may be forced inside. On the inside, lane number 1, Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate. Lane number 2, Dylan Runny in the 1, Home Street.
15 seconds.
Lane number 3 will be Jimmy King in the piston-powered Griggs Ace Hardware 610 K1A boat. Lane number 4 on the outside, the 12, Graham Trucking with Bobby King.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jimmy King looked early. The speed is on the inside with Tate, but right there with him in the Home Street is Dylan Runny as they go to All-Doors turn number 1.
Yeah, the 3 boats are going to get down there pretty quick. There's a lot of speed on the outside, that with Jimmy King. But the Madison boys are running 1-2 on the inside lane. Going to be Tate getting to the exit pin first.
Andrew Tate has the lead coming through turn 2, and man, the Home Street right on his heels at number 2, and then Jimmy King right on in third, number 3.
Under review is the start.
Yep. We do have a jump for the 3, and now we start to hear that piston-powered boat make the noise you don't want to hear, and he's lost power on the back stretch. Good call on the sound, AJ, earlier in the milling period. Off the exit pin, Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, Tate, Goodman Real Estate in second place. The leader now, Dylan Runny, as they come on the front stretch to complete lap number 1. It's Madison versus Madison, but they're not teammates on the water right now. They're running against each other really hard. Trying to gain on the inside, the Goodman Real Estate with Andrew Tate, heading into All-Doors turn number 1. Runny's with the lead.
No, he doesn't have the lead. If he does, it's by a coat of paint. AJ, they're dead even.
Coming around turn 2, we got in first place Andrew Tate and the U91, the U1, the blue and white with Dylan Runny right behind him in second place. Coming up in third place, Bobby King trying to catch up.
Jimmy King, meanwhile, in the Griggs boat, looks to be inside the apex of turn number 3, White's Furniture, and out of the way. So that's certainly a good spot for him to be without power right now. Exit pin, the leader is Tate by almost a half a rooster tail as they come onto the front stretch. So Tate, they found the right engine, didn't they? They said they had a bigger bullet, and they're shooting it right now.
Yeah, they're shooting it right now, and it is responding. Andrew Tate, U91, Goodman Real Estate. I'll tell you what, Dylan Runny in the Home Street is not going to let him go, but Andrew Tate on an inside lane's got an absolutely gorgeous boat ride to the apex at AJ.
Look at the rooster tails coming around Tire Factory turn 2. It is Andrew Tate leading by almost a full rooster tail. The U1 and Dylan Runny trying to run him down the backstretch, but doesn't look like he's going to make it. Bobby King coming in third.
King at the exit pin at Tire Factory turn number 2, heading up the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch. It is almost a rooster tail lead right now for Tate. Trying to reel him in, but he's going to be on the outside. Runny's got a long way to go to try to catch his teammate Tate in the Goodman Real Estate 91, and he won't be able to do it. At the exit pin out of the front stretch, your race leader, Andrew Tate, looking on the outside, though. Here comes a hard-charging Dylan Runny. He's flying the Home Street, but he's not going to catch Andrew Tate.
Wow.
He has an extra half a lap. That's a photo finish.
He almost had him.
And look at Bobby King representing. He was
Third
making
place finish for the Graham Trucking and Bobby King.
He was making up a lot.
Here goes our countdown to the 5-minute mark, and as everybody has come to know around here, my favorite moment in the Tri-Cities as we come up on 11:10 seconds to the 5. 6 noses have tipped out toward the center of the Columbia River, just awaiting the 5-minute mark in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark, 5 minutes. Oh, here we go. Everybody starts to pull away from the dock. Even Andrew Tate is going to come away. Looks like first out's going to be Jamie Nielsen, but once again, J. Michael Kelly in the U8 is going to pop up in the Beacon Electric. He's bringing Dylan Runny with him on his left. He's bringing Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing on the right. The Goodman Real Estate is away. AJ, how about that?
All 5 boats. Nielsen coming up first. Then, of course, we got the Beacon Plumbing. We got the Beacon Electric. Andrew Tate bringing up the rear, and in between, the U1 and Dylan Runny. This is going to be a great race.
We're still watching the Flavor Pack down here. He stayed at the dock. He didn't seem to want to even try. He has now come up on a plane away from the dock. So all 6 boats are up and running for the 2023 Columbia Cup. It's the final heat. It is a winner take all. Forget points, forget all that stuff. Winner take all. Going to get a little crowded up at your end, Michael.
J. Michael Kelly, along with Andrew Tate, Dylan Runny, all cut across the ESCO Electric infield. Meanwhile, Peabody and Nielsen come down the front stretch into traffic.
Yeah, they're all coming down the front straightaway here, with the exception of the U40, the Flavor Pack. We'll watch the boats as they come down here, pick them out of the sun. J. Michael Kelly is sitting in one. Where is Dylan Runny going to put it? He is just outside of Andrew Tate, but it's a small hole between Tate and Corey Peabody. Keep an eye on it. Looks like now he's got room, AJ, in the blue boat in lane 3.
Yeah, it looks like he managed to squeeze himself in there. It's hard to say, but man, looks like we got John Michael Kelly in lane 1, and then it does look like Andrew Tate squeezed in and managed to grab lane number 2. Outside in lane 4 looks like Dylan Runny in the number 1, and then Nielsen coming in lane 5 right now up the back.
Just inside 3 minutes. There's still a lot of milling in this period.
Oh, this is where it starts to get fun.
Anybody coming across the ESCO Electric infield? No.
Not this time. So
Do
they're
you
going to make a full
feel-
lap, huh?
Do you feel that the field, Brad Luce, is going to let J. Michael Kelly hold on to lane number 1?
Well, with where they are right now, and again, my unofficial timing mark, you don't want to cross start finish line before 2 minutes, so they're going to be in pretty good position to be behind that. I look for those boats to stay where they are and come all the way down and around. The one to watch, the wild card, is the Flavor Pack and Dustin Eccles, who just came out of turn 2 and is halfway up the back chute.
At what point can you duck in and try to snake a position?
You've got to have room, right?
Yep, you've
2
gotta
minutes.
have room.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Tell me
And
when
right now, there's no room at the end.
No, there's not. These guys are going to be early. It's going to be early. 1:54.
J. Michael Kelly in
They are-
1, Andrew Tate in 2, Dylan Runny in 3.
They are going fast down the front stretch.
Oh my goodness, they're going. Oh boy,
Way
they are
early.
going to be early. J. Michael Kelly is crossing the entrance pin at 1:36. Oh,
The Flavor
boy.
Pack and Jamie Nielsen may be in really good shape.
Yeah, Jamie Nielsen and Dustin Eccles may be sitting in the best spot. And the reason we're saying that, for our new fans that are watching, you cannot drop below 80 miles per hour. If you do, it is a disqualification. Watch those boats up the backstretch coming up on 1:10 right now.
So maybe J. Michael Kelly did the proper math. He got into his parked spot, and he's like, the math in the head
Look at
makes
he's
sense.
going really slow.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as he's going 80 miles an hour, that's all he needs to do. And sorry, you can't cut in front of me. We'll see if it pays off at the start-finish line. He's nailed his start finishes, a lot of the heats and stuff. So this is not a surprise to me.
He'll be going very slow.
Yeah, I think that whole group is going to
40
be going
seconds,
slow.
40
You want to be
seconds.
at that entrance pin at 20. It's 38 right now. Look at these two boats that are trailing the field. They're going to be able to bring the boat speed to the start-finish line.
J. Michael Kelly in lane number 1, Andrew Tate lane number 2, Runny in 3, Peabody in 4.
He's going to be early.
They're really early with 20 seconds. They're going to have to drop below 80. We're at 15 seconds, and the race could be over before it starts.
Wow.
J. Michael Kelly, no choice. He had to go across with 8 seconds on the clock. There's still 5 seconds on the clock as Runny goes across. Tate's early. Beacon Plumbing's early. Nielsen on the outside with a clean start and boat speed. On the inside of him is Dustin Eccles in the flavor pack.
Well, we know we've got at least 2 or 3 of them across the line, so maybe it is Jamie Nielsen on the outside. Maybe it is Andrew Tate. The start is under review. We will call them as they are on the water.
Yeah, right now it's J. Michael Kelly out in front in the bright red Beacon Electric. Oh, my goodness.
I think you got 3 boats that jumped the gun, so this is going to be... Good thing is 5 laps. We're going to need a while to figure this out, who's in and who's not.
In turn 2, Eccles was just having some problems coming through.
So Jamie Nielsen on the outside is in pretty good shape. We're going to get the word here from Tana Morissette in just a minute about our jumping the gun situation and how many may have been early. Heading across the start-finish line, completion of lap number 1 of 5, J. Michael Kelly, the leader on the course.
3 have jumped the gun, the 8, the 1, the 91, all 1 minute plus.
Ooh. So that leaves Peabody's clean. So Peabody is the race leader out on the course and was clean.
Here comes Peabody. He's down just on the outside of Andrew Tate. He is officially your leader because Tate has jumped the start. Second place is the boat running physically 4th on the water. That is Jamie Nielsen in the Legend Yacht Transport.
So the white boat with the blue lettering, that's the Beacon Plumbing 9 with Corey Peabody on the Griggs backstretch, is in first place. Second place boat is Chartreuse, blue and red highlights. That's Jamie Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport Trust Company, heading up the backstretch. Your third place boat just out of Tire Factory turn number 2 right now, the Flavor Pack 40 with Dustin Eccles.
So just enjoy the ride as long as there's not a major malfunction. The Peabody winning streak will continue. I mean, I know there's still a lot of racing to go, but the way it's set up, this is just kind of a walk in the park, Kazansky.
Completion of lap number 2. Peabody will pull away from Tate at the Moss Seller Memorial start-finish line and head to All Doors Incorporated turn number 1. Peabody is our race leader in the 9.
Yeah, and Andrew Tate's going to get by him here on the inside. But if we know that everybody's jumped the gun, so does Corey Peabody. But he's keeping his foot in the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. Those boats are tied together. Here's your official second place boat right now at the entrance pin of the lower corner. It's Jamie Nielsen.
Jamie Nielsen moving wide around Tire Factory turn number 2. Coming in third place, the U1, Dunny running up behind, and then of course the Flavor Pack in 4th, coming around turn 2 right now.
So back to J. Michael Kelly, who's leading out on the course, but again suffering the early start penalty as we complete lap number 3. Corey Peabody is the first boat not to jump the gun that's crossing start-finish line now with the race lead as we head into lap number 4 down the front stretch, All Doors Incorporated turn number 1.
Yeah, Corey Peabody comes down here in the white U9 of Beacon Plumbing. He's just looking for clean water right now, and he finds it outside the run made by J. Michael Kelly, AJ.
Tate on the inside, and their leader and champion of the Columbia Cup coming down the backstretch right now, Corey Peabody. Nobody has managed to solve this guy. Looks like he's running for another championship.
What a great run.
Well, to solve a piece of the Peabody puzzle is you can't jump the start.
Yeah, that was
give
unfortunate.
Yourself an extra, I mean, 1, 2, 3. And you know, especially with J. Michael Kelly, that's unfortunate. I mean, he was off by 20 seconds. He was like 20 seconds early.
Jamie Nielsen goes dead in the water at the exit pin of turn number 2, Tire Factory turn 2.
Nielsen is dead. The Flavor Pack going by him on the inside.
Flavor Pack, Dustin Eccles now in second place.
Wow.
Final lap. White flag is out for Corey Peabody. Peabody down the front stretch into All Doors turn number 1.
Down here to the lower corner, there are two boats that are out front, or at least appear to be out front. Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate are still tied together, but Tate is a lap down. Bring our leader through the corner and up the backstretch, AJ.
There he goes, Corey Peabody. Going to be, as long as, he gets through the last lap, your champion for the 2023 Columbia Cup. Corey Peabody heading down the backstretch into home, right across start-finish line.
Up into White's Finish Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 3. Peabody, the race leader, on the outside. To the apex, to Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4. Peabody onto the front stretch. Tate still battling. He's not just going to let him go. Oh, there he comes to take the checkered flag. And it is out for Corey Peabody, and a perfect weekend for the 9 Beacon Plumbing, from qualifying to the checkered flag in the final heat.
Ah, the freaking Beacon Plumbing, that is.
Second place, Flavor Pack. Jamie Nilsson still without power over there in the Legend Yacht, and that's so Legend Yacht Transport Trust Company. So unfortunate for that team because he was doing so well and had second place.
Now
but Dustin Eccles will claim that.
Let's keep our focus on this because there's still plenty of points out there. Have we kind of shaken out now the boats that have to run the extra lap? There's still some points out there, so we got to keep an eye on that.
No doubt. Heading to Seattle, you want to get every point in the bucket you can take.
Yeah, speaking of the bucket, I'm on my way down to the pit area, but I think Flavor Pack, the U40, and Dustin Eccles is your second place boat. Have the positions not changed yet? One mark. 5 minutes to the start of our Heat 1A, our H1 Unlimited hydroplanes. The fastest race boats in the world can now come out on the race course. The first boat away from the pit area is the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. So that was the 5-minute mark, and it is time to go racing. Let's run down the boats that will be in our Heat 1A. The U1, it is predominantly blue and white. It is the Miss Homestreet. It is driven by Dylan Runney. He is a rookie, but he is a good one. He's going to be joined by the bright red Beacon Electric U8, driven by J. Michael Kelly. J. Michael Kelly's teammate, Corey Peabody, drives the U9. It's predominantly white. It is the Beacon Plumbing. And rounding out our 4-boat field in our Heat 1A is the white trimmed in black and gold Goodman Real Estate. It's U91. It is driven by Andrew Tate. our boats can cut the race course. I'm expecting we're going to see some of that happen here very quickly. But before we get to that, as J. Michael Kelly is going to cut across the race course, the start of our Heat 1A is just a few minutes away, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones race course. So it is time to get out of the water and enjoy the fastest race boats in the world. John Walters, I made a comment that I expected a couple of the boats to cut the race course. They all did.
Yeah, the race started the minute they pushed the button to leave the dock there, and you can see they're all running fairly close together. The start is huge here. These are only 3-lap preliminary races, so if somebody gets a jump on you, it's tough, as fast as all these boats are, you'll make up that difference and make up that distance. And you're going to see guys that want to have the inside lane. They're going to try to drag guys up there early so that they can, maybe get them to jump the gun or make a mistake. You have to maintain a minimum speed of 80 miles per hour. That's kind of a judgment call now, and as Dylan cuts across the infield here to try and pick up that inside lane as everybody else is coming down the front straightaway here. So it's going to be a battle from the very beginning. Just like we said, this is a heavyweight championship, but it's going to be, 4 different fighters.
Yeah, this is going to be good. So we're coming up on 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Again, for those of you that have never seen this before, we're not racing yet. That doesn't mean we're not in the middle of a competition right now. Watch J. Michael Kelly. Is he going to make a move? I thought maybe he might jump across to the backstretch, but no, that would have been a legal maneuver, but he did not. He went all the way down to the bottom of the race course as we approach 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2:20 until the start. Remember, our boats do not have assigned lanes. They are jockeying for position. So wherever somebody is on the course right now, that may be where they want to be. It may not be where they want to be. As John was talking earlier, you've got to have a plan B, C, and sometimes D when you get out on the race course. We will begin our 3-lap preliminary Heat 1A in 1 minute and 50 seconds. John, they're all up at the top end of the race course. Dylan Runney's going to come off first.
Yeah, the way this race course is set up, at the 1 minute gun, you want to be between, about the apex of turn 1 here and the exit pin. It's a short run down that back straightaway, especially as fast as these guys go. So you're going to see everybody try to get down there, and like you mentioned, you're either at where the spot you want to be on the race course or where you would think you want the competition to think you want to be there. So a lot of this is just head games, and a lot of it's playing the game.
And another piece to this puzzle that we talked about earlier, but not yet during this heat, the boats cannot drop below 80 miles per hour. So that really affects how you fight for these positions. You can't just go park in a lane at the top end of the race course. You have to maintain at least 80 miles an hour. That will be determined by the officials when we finish the heat and the boats come back to the pit area and they look at the data recorder. So now inside 1 minute, they were pretty much where you were talking about, John, and right now it looks as though Dylan Runney in the U1, the Miss Home Street, is going to sit in lane number 1 up the backstretch. That's going to be his teammate Andrew Tate sitting in 2, lane 3. Looks like Corey Peabody, but we're going to watch where J. Michael Kelly might slot. He's coming up behind the boats, and we are inside 35 seconds. John, they're at the top end. We're going to be racing here inside 25 seconds.
Yeah, they're all in pretty good shape. Dylan may be a little bit early, and you saw J. Michael Kelly last week, get up there too early, and he had to make a decision. Do I jump the gun or do I get disqualified? If you jump the gun, at least you get to continue to race. It's about 7 seconds off the exit pin, and here they come.
Inside 10 seconds now. They come down to the start. It is Runney in 1. It is Tate in 2. It's Peabody in 3. On the outside, J. Michael Kelly. We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Mark, it looks to be legal from here. We'll call them as they are on the water. And John Walters said that Dylan Runney didn't bring a lot of boat speed down as he was early. He's going to trail the field into turn 1. Our leader on the outside is J. Michael Kelly, but he's already been passed to the left of him on the inside. That is going to be Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing, and inside of him it is Andrew Tate. It is Tate. It is Peabody up the backstretch. Halfway through, Peabody on the outside. He's up by about 3 boat lengths, but now, John, it's that inside lane position that Andrew's got at the top end.
Yeah, Corey's really in the best position here because he can control, how wide and how early, they get into the turn there. So he's going to try to hold and maintain that radius around there as they start down the straightaway towards the start-finish line to the end of lap 1.
A boat that's showing me an awful lot of speed right now is J. Michael Kelly because he's staying in the mix here, and he's running the biggest race course on the far outside. Our fourth place boat across the line is Dylan Runny in the home street now. Down to the lower end of the race course, it is still Corey Peabody. He's running in lane number 2. He's holding Andrew Tate to a nice tight line on the inside. He's driving him legal, John. He's giving him enough room, but he's not giving him any more.
Yeah, he's not giving him any extra, and he knows exactly where he's at. He's got spotters that are telling him he can see the race course himself very well, and he knows as long as he can pinch, Andrew in that first turn there, that he's going to have to come off the throttle to maintain his boat speed so he doesn't slide out into that rooster tail. So he's actually controlling the first turn, even though he's not in the first lane.
I've been making the comment all weekend long that nobody has solved the Corey Peabody puzzle, and once again he's out almost by a rooster tail. J. Michael Kelly on the far outside has got his sight set on Andrew Tate, but that's going to be a tall order as the boats go down to the bottom end of the race course for the third and final time. Our leader off the exit pin, Corey Peabody, got almost a full rooster tail now on Andrew Tate on the inside. Tate, our top qualifier. Our Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody was our third fastest qualifier, but John Walters, they've got a good race setup, and he's walking away from our top qualifier up the backstretch.
They've got an excellent race set up. The water was good. Corey did a really good job, and like I mentioned earlier, lane 2 is the place you want to be here. This is a big, wide race course with big turns, and boy, you get on any farther outside than that, and it's a long, long ways around these turns, but Corey was in a position to control that first turn and really put him in a position to win.
Checkered flag flies. Corey Peabody in the U9. Beacon Plumbing, second place, is going to go to our top qualifier, Andrew Tate, U91 Goodman Real Estate. Then it's J. Michael Kelly in third, driving the 8. That is the Beacon Electric. And the man who was a little bit early at the start, and you saw how it can cost him, Dylan Runny in the U1, the Miss Home Street. You talked about it, John. You said maybe Dylan was early. He was. He came off the corner. The other guys were behind him, got to put the foot down. They brought the momentum to the line. And unfortunately, as you said prior to the heat, you can't let these guys get the jump on you because they're just too quick. You'll never catch them in 3 laps. 5 minutes. That is the 5-minute mark, and it is time to go racing at the 2023 Home Street Bank Cup and APBA Gold Cup. Here's who will be racing once again in our Heat 1B. It'll be boat number 11. It is the Legend Yacht Transport presented by the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. It's driven by Jamie Nielsen. It is Chartreuse Royal Blue. It is trimmed in red. It's going to be joined on the race course by the predominantly red, trimmed in black and silver U12. The Graham Trucking rookie Bobby King will be behind the wheel of that one. Bobby will be starting on the front row. He is fully qualified. Then you've got the U40, the boat John was talking about, that he thinks he may have everybody covered in top end speed. That's not everything, but it's a lot. Dustin Eccles will drive that beautiful blue and yellow hydroplane. It's the U40, the flavor pack. Then we have our qualifying driver, Gunnar O'Farrell, driving the U60, the Beast Unleashed. Presents Miss Thriftway. He's got to start on the outside of the field, and he's got to start 5 seconds behind the clock. So we are just a few minutes, in fact 3 minutes and 45 seconds away from the beginning of our Heat 1B, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones racecourse. It's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. John, I was checking that little blurb. I had to read about the safety aspect. I'm looking at the race course. It looks as though maybe one boat cut.
Yeah, Dustin Eccles cut in the flavor pack just past the start-finish line on the backstretch to the front stretch as they came down. Everybody started on that side of the race course, so it was real short to get to the race course, with the exception of Gunnar. He's over here on the lagoon side, so he had to drive all the way around, which works out just fine for him because, as you mentioned, he'll have to start on the outside lane and 5 seconds off the clock. Now, that's important, the off the clock part, because some of these guys, if they have a problem, they could be off the clock themselves 3 or 4 seconds. He doesn't have to be 5 seconds behind them, but 5 per second after the clock strikes 0.
And we just had an interesting maneuver because Dustin Eccles cut the race course again a second time. But as he came out of the infield and re-entered the race course on the front straightaway, it was made very clear last night at the drivers' meeting, if you come from that infield, as we're watching Bobby King do right here on the front straightaway, when you do that, you have no right-of-way. The boats behind you, coming up behind you, have the right-of-way. But it worked out well for Dustin Eccles because he was way in front of Jamie Nielsen, and he made sure to give his boat a squirt. So he got away, so there was no interference with a boat that was already on the race course, that being Jamie Nielsen in the Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. Up the backstretch with 155 until the start. Dustin Eccles is up there first. He might be a little bit early. John, you were saying he wanted to be down here at the lower end at a minute. Remember, he can't just slow the boat down. He's got to stay above 80 miles per hour.
Got to stay above 80 miles per hour, maintain a planing attitude. And you want to be about the apex to the exit pin when the 1 minute gun goes off. Now, you've already heard and seen some jockeying going on. If you hear that popping and banging out there, that's a compressor stall where the bleed band is locked closed, and it's getting down to a point where the bleed band is closing and the fuel control gets unhappy and the compressor stalls. Dustin's a little bit early there. If he backs off the throttle here, he risks going under 80 miles an hour and could be penalized a lap or even disqualified. So as we're getting for the countdown for the 1 minute gun right now.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark. I think Dustin's going to be okay. He went deep into that corner to scruff off a little bit of time. Now he can swing it back into an inside lane. The boats don't determine their final lane until the entrance pin of the upper corner up by the bridge. So they could still see a lane change at this point, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's the way they're going to come to the line. Dustin Eccles in the U40, the flavor pack, is going to sit in lane number 1. Lane number 2 is going to go to Jamie Nielsen. That is in the Legend Yacht Transport. That is the Chartreuse and Royal Blue. Then it is going to be Bobby King in the red trimmed in black Graham Trucking to U12. We'll have Gunnar O'Farrell on the far outside and trailing the field coming to the line. We are inside 20 seconds until the start. Watch the boats fan out on the top end of the race course, and then a run down to turn number 1. And we are inside 10 seconds. Now look at Bobby King. He's got speed bringing it to the line. Is he too early? We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark. Boats are across the line. Bobby King appears to have a good start, and it is a legal start. It is legal. Bobby King, the rookie, going to take him down to the lower end of the race course, but he's got Jamie Nielsen with him, and also now Nielsen takes over the lead on the inside. Off the corner, coming up the backstretch, Jamie Nielsen, U11, Legend Yacht Transport, looking strong. Again, another good start for Jamie Nielsen, John, as they go up the top end of the race course, but he's got company in Bobby King.
Yeah, Jamie made a really good start up there, and when Dustin got up there a little bit early, he had to slide out wide just a little bit, and Jamie slid inside of him there, got the number 1 lane. So, like I say, I think that flavor pack boat's got a little top end on everybody here. Jamie was able to, reel in Bobby there in the 12 as they got down there, and boy, they've got a real good race going here as they go to the first turn at the end of first lap.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 down to the bottom end of the race course. That is Jamie Nielsen in lane number 1. Bobby King with a good start and a lot of boat speed is sitting in lane number 2. He is in position number 2. And then keep an eye on Dustin Eccles. You said he had top end on everybody. He might, and he's going to try and use it, and he's got his sights set on Bobby King. The race may be for second place, but I'll tell you what, Jamie Nielsen cannot relax. He's got a right side rear view mirror that is full of the rookie Bobby King. Graham Trucking running very strong up the backstretch. We are in the middle of lap number 2. Still anybody's race up at the top end. Where is Gunnar O'Farrell? There he is. He's halfway up the backstretch. So O'Farrell is still running in 4th place. Jamie Nielsen's going to come down and put 2 in the books, and that is going to be in 1st place. But look at the run for 2nd place. Here comes Dustin Eccles on the outside, the flavor pack. He flies the 40 as he drives around Bobby King on the outside, but King's going to have lane position on the inside. This corner's going to be very interesting for our 2nd place battle. It is the flavor pack, U40 Dustin Eccles. He has now taken over 2nd place. He's holding Bobby King in tight, but our leader with a full 2 rooster tails over those 2 boats remains Jamie Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport. presents the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse is at the top end of the course and looking strong. Don't count out Bobby King. He's still got lane position up here, and Dustin Eccles is going to have to drive a great big race course to go outside the wake of Jamie Nielsen. But coming down to pick up a checkered flag here, at least unofficially in our Heat 1B, Jamie Nielsen, U11 Legend Yacht Transport. Second place is going to go to Dustin Eccles in the Flavor Pack. Third place to Bobby King in the Graham Trucking, the U12. And coming off the top end of the race course in the U60, the Beast Unleashed presents Miss Thriftway rookie Gunnar O'Farrell. He will come by and he will score. That was an interesting start sequence because we're getting some really good examples of coming to the line too early, having to pull your foot out, lose a little boat speed, etc. And we can see how it can cost you. But I was impressed with the rookie, Bobby King. He put that 12 across the line first. There were others with more boat speed, that being Jamie Nielsen. And Jamie Nielsen's just been doing that all year long.
Jamie's been doing that all year long, you're right. Even last year he was making really good starts and getting the inside lane most places when he put his mind to doing it. He put himself in a position, and kind of the same thing happened in this heat that we saw in the first heat. Somebody made a move, made a commitment to get up there and get that inside lane. In order to do that, they had to get there just a little bit early, and the minute that you have to back off or change lanes to keep from jumping the gun or stay above that 80-mile-per-hour mark, you become very vulnerable. And Dustin ended up getting himself up there just a smidgen early, and Jamie saw that move to the inside, made a great start, and was able to hold everybody else off for a lap. So an excellent heat of racing, and I think the best is yet to come. Everybody wants to win these heats if they can. They're not willing to, they're not going all in yet. They're not risking the bank on it, and we'll end up seeing that they made some changes. They learned a little bit about the race course. I'm not sure what the weather's supposed to do tomorrow, but that'll play a big factor as well. We've got another set of heats here this afternoon. The water typically gets rougher as the day goes on, and with the things that they learned here, all the stuff that they've got in their notebook and on the computer there, the next set of heats I think are going to be just as good as these.
Should be a good one. We're coming up on 4 minutes until the start of our Heat 2A, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones race course. So now it's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. J. Michael Kelly cuts the course from back to front, illegal maneuver. There's another cut right there, John. He jumped right back over to the backstretch again. Illegal maneuver by J. Michael Kelly.
Yeah, I think JMK is looking over there and he sees Jamie coming up on the inside lane, and Jamie's been really good at it, getting that inside lane and making great starts. So I think J. Michael knows he needs to have the inside lane here in order to win, and so he's not going to let Jamie get too far ahead there. I think he's just going to pace him here, and you'll see a real battle there.
Down to the lower end of the race course, Dustin Eccles driving a Flavor Pack, and boy, did he go deep into that lower corner. Watching the clock, everybody is. Remember, for those of you who are new or may not remember from this morning, the lanes are not assigned when they leave the pit area. They are fighting for those lanes, and this is what we call the milling period. John Walters, sometimes referred to as the race before the race.
It definitely is the race before the race, and like I say, I think that you're seeing one going on here right now with Jamie Nielsen and J. Michael Kelly. J. Michael's working real hard to move over and take that inside lane. He's just kind of pacing him behind there, and now you see Dustin, cutting across the infield here, looking to get into the hunt for that inside lane as well. So right now they're all in really good shape. Like we talked about in the earlier heats, you want to be about the apex to the exit pin of the first turn there when the 1 minute gun goes off, and then you can cruise down the back straightaway, and it's only about a 7-second run from the exit pin to the starting line.
And you were talking about J. Michael Kelly and Dustin Eccles maybe trying to find a way inside of Jamie Nielsen. Meanwhile, radio personnel to Jamie Nielsen are saying, don't move, oh, look at this, look at Andrew Tate. He's going to jump over to the backstretch. Now, Andrew does not have a right-of-way here. He's got to be careful, and J. Michael Kelly went right through the rooster tail of Andrew Tate, and I'm telling you right now, the officials are going to take a look at that one. The boat that is on the straightaway has the right-of-way. J. Michael Kelly had the right-of-way there, and it is going to be a question about Andrew Tate. A boat entering the course from the infield does not have the right-of-way. I'm sure the the officials are going to take a look at that. We'll call them the way they are on the water. And at the top end of the race course, it is Jamie Nielsen. He is right now in lane number 1. Kelly is in 2. It is Andrew Tate in lane number 3. Watch him come off the top end of the race course. But we're still a minute 30, still a minute 35, John, until our start. So they got to go all the way down and around again.
Yeah, they're going to cruise down here, staying above that 80-mile-per-hour minimum, trying to establish and hold these lanes. Like I say, if they can get down to the first turn here about the apex when the 1-minute gun goes off, they'll be in great shape. You'll see them accelerate and start up the turn. Now, they can still change lanes until they get to the score-up buoy here, which is the entrance pin of the second turn.
Up at the top end of the race course by the floating bridge. So you've called it about 1 minute. They want to be down at the apex of the lower corner. That's where they are right now with 2-1 mark, 1 minute. And it is Jamie Nielsen sitting in lane number 1. He is in the Legend Yacht Transport. Then it is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. That's a red boat in lane 2. Coming up behind them is the predominantly white boat, the Goodman Real Estate, with Andrew Tate. And it looks like making a charge on the outside is going to be Dustin Eccles in the U40, the Flavor Pack, 37 seconds. John, as they go up the backstretch.
Yeah, they're all in pretty good shape right here. Actually, you know, from J. Michael K back, they're in excellent shape, and you can see they're going to start accelerating, getting after the power here. They're going to have a little bit of a speed advantage by the time they get to Jamie up there, but he's still in control of this field right now.
Jamie Nielsen is in 1. Kelly is in 2. Tate is in 3. Eccles is on the outside. They are at the exit pin of the corner at 11 seconds. So they're going to have to hold back here just a little bit. We are inside 10 seconds. Now they start to come up on the power curve. Going to be a pretty start. We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark, and we are racing in Heat 2A. The start appeared to be good, but we'll monitor the radio, and it is going to be Andrew Tate and J. Michael Kelly that are going to get down here first, and they are literally side by side. But once again, Jamie Nielsen with the lane position on the outside. They're going to come off the corner 3 wide. The start is under review. We'll keep an ear to the radio. Look at them, 3 wide down the backstretch. And now J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric starts to move out a little bit on Jamie Nielsen, but he's bringing Andrew Tate with him. The two of them are tied together as they get to the top end of the race course and enter into turn number 2. Nielsen with the lane position on the inside, but boy, John, we got a barn burner on the outside.
Yeah, we absolutely do, and Jamie's got the inside lane, but he's really having to watch himself as the other two boats have got overlap now, and they're starting to put the pinch on him, hoping he'll have to back off the throttle, and then they'll give them a clear advantage to move over to that inside lane.
One lap in the books with 2 more to go. It was J. Michael Kelly by about a boat length and a half, but now Tate has closed that up. He's basically pulled up alongside Mike. The two of them are going to come off the lower corner virtually side by side. Looks like one boat, but now we see a little bit of white. We can see Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate, Beacon Electric tied together up the backstretch, and watch on the outside. Dustin Eccles in the Flavor Pack. He's not being lost. He was in 4th place. He has now moved past Jamie Nielsen as they get to the top end of the race course. Dustin Eccles driving a mighty big race course, but our leaders still tied together as they come down to put 2 in the books, John.
Yeah, as they come down this straightaway here, J. Michael Kelly's got the catbird seat. He's, the inside lane, even though he's not in lane number 1, but he's able to, keep Andrew on his hip right there and really control the race course. The boat is accelerating good. They got great boat ride.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Andrew Tate really flew the 91 as he got down to the corner. Kelly's going to come out first. Now he's opened up a little bit of water on Andrew Tate, making about 4 or 5 boat lengths. I'm telling you, Dustin Eccles not going away in 3rd, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to run down Andrew Tate. J. Michael Kelly, you heard John Walter say he is in the catbird seat. He's sitting on an inside lane. He's just got to negotiate this north turn, come through clean, come down, and he will pick up a checkered flag and an apparent 400 big points, and that's going to be huge in the national high point standings. We'll get to that later. Here they come, top of the course, come down to put 3 up and 3 down. Checkered flag flies. It is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. He will finish first. Andrew Tate will come across in 2nd place. A hard-charging Dustin Eccles will come across in the U40, the Flavor Pack. And Jamie Nielsen, he will come down and finish in 4th place. He had that lane on the inside, but boy, it didn't take long for Kelly and Tate to move out on him, and like you say, then it got tight in there for Jamie, and they were holding him on that inside lane, and it's just tough to do.
It is tough to do, and even Dustin, he appears to have top end on everybody here, but well, this is a big race course. I'm sure if you're out in lane 3 or 4 like that, with only 3 laps to accomplish it in, it's difficult to drive by them. And typically, when you've got top end on everybody, you don't have the bottom end, and you don't accelerate as well. And on this big, wide race course, that's really what you want, is the bottom end. You want to be able to get through the turns well, just squirt off that exit pin, and pull hard all the way to the next turn. And I think Dustin maybe has a little more gear, or maybe just a little bigger propeller than he needs right now. And they'll make some changes. They'll be better.
Boats, remember, have to sit at the dock, and a driver actually has to have a crew member with a hand on the boat at the 5-minute mark before they can take off. But just like that, John Walters, they are coming away from the dock, and that means we're inside the 5-minute mark to our Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Once again, let's run down who is going to come out on the water. And the first boat out is powder blue and white. It is the U1. It is the Miss Home Street. It is driven by rookie Dylan Runny. The boat you're looking at on the screen, for those of you on the live stream, the U9, the Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody. Nobody has solved the Corey Peabody puzzle yet. He's driving the white U9, Beacon Plumbing, Corey Peabody. The predominantly red Graham Trucking U12, driven by the rookie Bobby King. He is away and up on the race course. And joining him on the race course, I see he has pulled away from the Stan Sayers Memorial Pit area, the U60, the Beast, Unleashed, presents the Miss Thriftway with Gunnar O'Farrell. The start of Heat 2B is 3 minutes and 50 seconds away, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydroplanes are on the Ted Jones race course. So now it is time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. John, I've been reading that script to make sure everybody's safe. What am I missing on the water?
Well, I think you're going to see Dylan make a real effort here to, get an inside lane and make a great start. He only finished 4th in that first heat there, so he's needing points. And, he dropped a few points to, the other boats there. And we're into the second round of heats here. Only a couple more chances to gather enough heats to get into the final. So I think he's going to make a real concerted effort here to get an inside lane, make a good start, and hopefully win first or second place here. Of course, there's 3 other boats out there that have different plans, and they don't think that they want him in that final heat. So they're going to work real hard to push him around and keep him outside there. So the rookie here in the 12. With Bobby King, he's got some learning to do. He's still learning the boat. He's still learning the race course. He's still learning these other drivers. And then Corey. Corey's got a pretty good handle on things right now. And like you say, he's kind of the main piece in this puzzle right now, and nobody's really figured that out. But I think they're going to pay real close attention to him, and hopefully, in their minds, they're thinking that they're going to be able to contain him and control him, not let him run away from him.
2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2:20 until the start of our Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Gunnar O'Farrell comes off the lower end of the race course. Behind him is Corey Peabody, and just entering the lower turn is the Miss Home Street, Dylan Runny. The boats are spread out on the backstretch right now for our Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Looking at the clock, 2 minutes until the start of Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Top end of the race course, Bobby King. He surprised me, John, in that last heat because he moved to an inside lane, not the inside lane, but he went ahead and said, I'm going to come in here and mix it up with you guys. And he had a nice start. He had a good run in that first heat.
He did have a nice start, and like I say, he's no stranger to fast boats and having to race hard. So he's going to come down here a little bit early right now. Looks like he's going to cut across maybe, or at least he's slowing way down, trying to get an inside lane down here and be in that first turn with a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, well, what it looks like to me, if he can hold it off and he can keep his speed above 80 miles an hour and get down there, he's going to have an inside lane. He may have the inside lane. I think he's sitting tight to the buoy row right now. 1:10 until the start, and it is. Bobby King is sitting in lane number 1. Oh, this could be a lot of fun.
This could be a good heat.
We are at 2 seconds, 1 second mark, 1 minute to our Heat 2B, presented to Seafair by Beacon Plumbing. And now, off the bottom end of the race course, Bobby King in the U12, the Graham Trucking, predominantly black, trimmed in red. He is on an inside lane. Next to him in lane number 2 is the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. That's Corey Peabody. He was a winner in his first heat. Then it is going to be Dylan Runny in the powder blue and white Miss Home Street. He's going to be in lane number 3. Look for Gunnar O'Farrell in the Beast Unleashed to drop back on the outside. He's way on the outside right now. He will drop back. He has to start 5 seconds behind the clock. I like where they are, John Walters. They were 20 seconds at the entrance pin to the corner. Look at King sitting in 1. I like it. Now, Dylan Runny, he's out in front of everybody, but he's not going to have a lot of boat speed. We are coming up inside 5 seconds. We are 3 seconds, 2, 1. Mark, it appears to be a very clean start. Corey Peabody's going to break the clock. It is a legal start, and he's going to get down to the corner first, but he's got Bobby King off to his left on the inside lane. Look for Corey to stick the white nose out first, and there he is, Corey Peabody. But he's got a left side rear view mirror full of Bobby King. I'm liking this rookie, Bobby King, John.
Yeah, I definitely like Bobby. He comes from a long line of good boat racers. His dad, of course, being one of those. He's going to hang right in there. At this point in time, Corey's got enough overlap. He could take the lane, but I bet that he won't. He'll give him plenty of room down there. He's got boat speed on everybody right now. He made a great start leading these guys around the upper turn.
The boat you don't see is the Home Street, the Miss Home Street. He is on the outside. He is in 3rd position. You couldn't see him up the backstretch. Here comes Corey. 1 up, 1 down, 2 to go. Still got Bobby King on the inside. It's about a rooster tail lead for Corey Peabody. The race is going to be for 2nd place. Can Dylan Runny run down the rookie Bobby King on the inside? He's going to have to do it on a big race course, John.
He is, and this is a long ways around this race course, but Dylan's got the boat in a good lane right there. He's accelerating really hard. The boat comes off the turns, and he appears to have boat speed on Bobby when he gets to the other end there, but he runs out of straightaway just about the time that he gets in a position to make a move.
I'm telling you right now, Bobby King has closed up on Corey Peabody. He's only back by about 4, maybe 5 boat lengths, and he's got an inside lane. Bobby King is making a run out of this on the inside. King right on the buoy row. They're going to come off together. Peabody on the outside. King has taken the lead off the corner, and they're going to be side by side as they come down and put 2 in the books. Bobby King driving the daylights out of the Graham Trucking on the inside. He has moved away from Dylan Runny, who's dropped back in 3rd position. 3rd and final lap, lower end of the race course. How do we do down here? Corey Peabody found some extra speed. He's opened up about 4 boat lengths. I'll tell you what, I don't know if King surprised Corey or not, but he made a run on that last straightaway.
It's hard to say exactly if maybe he snuck up on him there, but Corey's opened up a little bit of ground here. He's given Bobby enough room inside there. He's given him a lane in about a foot, so he's got to get in there and tighten up that radius.
Now we're back to keeping an eye on Dylan Runny in 3rd. I don't know if he can run down Bobby King. He's way on the outside, got a big race course to do it. But meanwhile, here comes the leader. Here comes our apparent winner of Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. It is the Beacon Plumbing. Nobody has solved the Corey Peabody puzzle. The race for 2nd, it's a doozy, but it's Bobby King by 5 boat lengths over Dylan Runny in the Home Street. Holy cow, the rookie just keeps showing me more and more. Top end of the race course, here comes another rookie. We had 3 rookies in that particular heat. Didn't look like it. Looked like pretty good racing to me. Here comes Gunnar O'Farrell in the Beast. Unleashed presents Miss Thriftway. I got excited about that one, John. That was kind of fun. I had a good time. Let's do that again.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an excellent heat. And again, I think this is just a preview of things to come tomorrow. It's going to be an outstanding boat race. And, we've already seen some of that. Really good drivers, really good equipment. The water conditions have held up all day today. Actually, this overcast makes it a little bit easier to drive the boat. You don't get that glare off the water and things. And it's been great. So,
How's the
5 minutes to the start of our APBA Gold Cup final heat. It's the Home Street Bank Cup, the APBA Gold Cup at Seafair. The first boat away from the dock is going to be Jamie Nielsen. He's going to come out in the Legend Yacht Transport presented by the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. Jamie Nielsen away from the dock. It is Chartreuse. It is Royal Blue. And he's going to have the rest of the field right behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are inside. 5 minutes. We're at 4:30 until our final heat actually begins. Let's one more time take a look at the boats. It's the U1. It's powder blue and white. It's the Miss Home Street. It's driven by Dylan Runny. The bright red U8 Beacon Electric, driven by J. Michael Kelly. The U9, predominantly white with the blue lettering, the Beacon Plumbing, Corey Peabody. Then it's the aforementioned U11 Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse and Jamie Nielsen. Then it's the blue and yellow, the Flavor Pack, the U40, driven by Dustin Eccles. And then the white boat, trimmed in black and gold, the Goodman Real Estate, the U91, driven by Andrew Tate. Our final heat is 3 minutes and 45 seconds away. Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones Racecourse. So now it's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats, the H1 Unlimited Hydroplanes. John Walters, I'm reading my copy. I'm not looking. What am I missing?
Well, they came out of the pits. As you mentioned, Jamie was the first one out. He got to about the start-finish line on the backstretch there, cut across to the infield, and came over to this side. Dylan went just a little bit farther up the back straightaway and came across on this side. They're all kind of packed up together now with J. Michael Kelly on the inside. It looks like Dylan's cutting across the infield here, going to try to steal that inside lane from JMK. And we've got Andrew on the next lane in lane 3 or 4, and then Corey out in lane 5. It looks like Jamie's back in the back waiting, looking to find an open hole here. And Dustin Eccles following up behind everybody, looking for that opening with all that top end. He wants to get to the first turn first.
I was kind of surprised there. It looked like J. Michael Kelly definitely left room for Dylan Runny coming across the race course to get on that inside lane. So with 2:35 until our start up the backstretch, it is Dylan Runny sitting on an inside lane. He now moves a little bit to the outside. Looks like the field's going to move outside with him. It's J. Michael Kelly in 2. But then I talk about the fact that maybe Kelly let Runny on that inside lane. But you've been saying all along, you think lane 2 is the place to be. Maybe let him in. Maybe he wants to.
Yep, absolutely. Most of the guys here will tell you that lane 2 is the fastest lane. You can come strolling down here, get to the entrance pin, and just turn the boat in lane 2. Lane 1 is a little bit tighter. It's harder to run right on the buoy line, and if somebody's in lane 2 can pinch you, you have no place to move on the inside. You either go inside the race course or hit a buoy. So lane 2 is really the preferable lane.
Well, and at the top end of the race course, Dylan Runny went way wide, and J. Michael Kelly actually moved to the inside, but now it appears Runny has tightened it up a little bit, and JMK has let him go in there, and Kelly has moved back to the outside in lane number 2. Andrew Tate finds himself right now sitting in lane number 3. Then it is the Beacon Plumbing, Corey Peabody in 4, Jamie Nielsen in 5. Dustin Eccles is on the far outside. I like where they are, although maybe Kelly and Runny might be a little bit early. John Walters, you want to be at that apex at the 1 minute mark. We're not yet to 1:10, although we're there now.
Yeah, you sure do, and Dylan's working real hard to try to get the inside lane here. And the way they've run this weekend, I think they need the inside lane to be competitive here. J. Michael Kelly has got enough boat speed, enough experience that I think he can get a little deeper run at it, and he can win from lane 2. But the one I think you really need to keep your eye on there is in lane number 3, and that's Andrew Tate. Andrew's boat is accelerating extremely well. He's able to fly that thing into the wind here better than most people would give you even credit that is even possible to do. And he's been managed to not only fly the boat but keep his foot on the throttle at the same time and not really give up any speed there. Where the other boats have gotten badly out of shape, they've had to back off the throttle and they lose a lot of time there.
I think we got a couple of boats up there early, and certainly Dylan Runny is one of them. I think Kelly might be a little bit early. We're at 20 seconds right now, and they're already coming off the top end of the race course. I think Runny's going to have that inside lane, but he may have overpaid for it. Then it's going to be Kelly in 2, going to be Tate in 3, Peabody in 4. It's going to be Eccles on the outside. Nielsen's going to be in 5. We are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mark, and Andrew Tate did not break the clock. Dylan Runny did, but it was Tate with the boat speed from lane number 3 or 4, and then on the outside it was Dustin Eccles who's going to turn left first, come out of there. It is Andrew Tate. He comes off the corner first, but he's got J. Michael Kelly right with him. Kelly hooked just a little bit as he got to the exit pin of the corner, and Andrew Tate was able to open up a little bit on him. Now Kelly's got the boat straightened back up, and here comes J. Michael Kelly. The start is legal. They are really rolling hard. Somewhere in that mess, and it's back in about 4th place, is Corey Peabody to the exit pin at the top end of the race course. On the outside, coming from lane number 3, it is Andrew Tate in the 91, the Goodman Real Estate. Look at the flavor pack on the outside with Dustin Eccles as he flies it across start-finish line. Remember, fans, we go 5 times around. Corey Peabody is definitely back as Dustin Eccles flew the flavor pack as they got down to the lower end of the race course. Oh, have we got one hooking up here? Good. It is Andrew Tate on the outside. He's got about 3 boat lengths on J. Michael Kelly. This is turning into a very good 2-boat run, John Walters. But right now, Andrew Tate starting to open up a little bit of water on J. Michael Kelly.
Andrew's really in the perfect spot position here. He's got room on the outside to drift out a little bit if he needs to. He's really trying to hold that number 2 lane and not give J. Michael Kelly any more room than he absolutely has to there. They come off the exit pin pretty close because J. Michael had a shorter distance, but Andrew's got top end on him here, and he tends to pull away a little bit more. He's in perfect shape. The boat is run, but J. Michael Kelly's pulling real hard on the inside there. They're going to be side by side when they get to the entrance pin.
Yeah, they're down at the entrance pin of the corner right now. We start lap number 3, and they are literally dead even. They are dead even. Now it's Kelly that you see first coming off the exit pin. Right with him is Andrew Tate. J. Michael Kelly comes off the pin. You can see Tate. He's right on the outside. We expected a barn burner. This is a beauty. We've got a great race running for 2nd place. Dustin Eccles in the flavor pack is on the outside of Corey Peabody in the U9 to Beacon Plumbing, but the race is out front, and Kelly just opened up some water on Tate. Not much, but he's got about 2 or 3 boat lengths. Exit pin off the top end of the race course. The Gold Cup is on the line. The National High Points Championship is on the line, and Kelly has opened up a little bit of water. They'll put 3 in the books with 2 more to go. It is J. Michael Kelly and the Beacon Electric. Johnny's opened up water.
He has, and Andrew's really fighting with the wind at this point in time. He's really trying to work hard to keep that boat settled down. In the meantime, J. Michael is out front and pushing hard. He's actually stretching the lead a little bit. He's picking up a little bit of room every straightaway here. They kind of hold even with each other going through the turns, but with all that water in the air, it's hard to see exactly what's going on with Andrew over there, but he's losing ground.
He is losing a little bit of ground now to the top end of the race course. The race for 3rd place has kind of been settled. It is now Corey Peabody in 3rd position, but our race is at the top end of the race course. J. Michael Kelly will come down and complete lap number 4. He'll get a white flag with 1 to go, and he is opening water still on Andrew Tate. He's got more than a rooster tail. J. Michael Kelly, this could be the race of his career. He's won a Gold Cup before. He has never won the Drivers' National High Points Championship. Take that back. He's never won the team and the drivers at the same time. He would get them both right here if he can hold on for 3/4 of a lap. Up the backstretch, J. Michael Kelly off the turn, got a full rooster tail on Andrew Tate. 3rd place goes to teammate Corey Peabody driving a Beacon Plumbing, and then it is back to the flavor pack, and then Dylan Runny in the home street. Top end of the race course, John Walters, I'm going to bring him through the top end and bring him down. The checkered flag is hanging. J. Michael Kelly, this could be the biggest day of his career. He is off the turn. He can see the finish line. He picks up the front end, flies it a little bit. This is all his if he can finish it. Checkered flag, your Gold Cup winner, J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. 2nd place to Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate, the U91. Then it is Corey Peabody. You hear the fans clapping here behind us on the tower. I think that is a popular win. J. Michael Kelly, holy cow, 4th place is going to go to Dustin Eccles in the U40, the flavor pack. Here come Dylan Runny. He will come down in the U1, the Miss Home Street. Oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 started, or 6 started, 5 have finished. Here comes Jamie Nielsen in the U11, the Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. My, oh my. John Walters, that was